Hello Taurus, welcome to my channel. This is going to be your general love relationship reading for the second half of October. I do realize that when this posts, it's going to be well past the midpoint of October, but just keep in mind that time is fluid, and whenever you are guided to watch this video is when you're meant to hear the message. So the time thing is just for organizational purposes mostly. Also keep in mind that this is a general reading, so it cannot and will not resonate with everyone, so take what does and leave the rest behind. Also, nothing is gender specific, so do not get caught up on the gender of the cards. So Taurus, for you, I have your side, I have your person's side, the situation, what's crossing the situation, the outcome, and some messages of advice. Now feel free to switch or swap the sides, however it resonates best with your particular situation. So let's go ahead and get right into it. This is, there's some interesting cards here, a lot of major arcana too. Alright, Taurus, for you, you have turn on your heart light, reflect on a time when you experienced love. Okay, so what I'm getting from this, turn on your heart light. You are very blocked off right now. It's almost, I get this feeling, the sense of feeling guarded. You're wanting to guard your heart out of fear, probably because, you know, you've been hurt in the past. We've all experienced that, and it definitely makes it scary to open up again. But opening up allows love to come in. So by turning on your heart light and being more receptive to it, you are bringing in that energy. You're attracting that energy. So even though it's scary to open up and be vulnerable, if you do it, you're going to bring in what it is that you want to manifest, what you want to attract. You also have speak the language of love. Loving words have the power to change lives, including your own. So again, this feeling of not being open, in the sense of not being communicative of your feelings for whoever this is that you are dealing with. I'm almost getting this feeling that you need to express yourself, what it is that you feel for this person, what it is that you want from this connection, what it is you want from this person just in general. So the more open you are and the more you express yourself, and even though that does seem very scary, the more likely you are to actually bring in what it is that you want. If you want love, you have to open yourself up to receiving it and ultimately giving it in order to receive it. And yes, power to change lives, including your own. I'm keying in on that. I'm really keying in on that. That even though opening up and being expressive of your feelings and your true emotions, it is going to help progress this connection or relationship, but I almost feel like it's going to benefit you more. You are going to feel so much more freer, and it will be so much more fulfilling and rewarding for you to put yourself out there like that, to know that you're just going for it, opening yourself up for it. It's really beautiful, actually. So here, yes, you have the Two of Swords. So this is in action. This is not wanting to make a decision, not wanting to make a move. You see how her arms are crossed over her heart chakra. I read this as being blocked off in the heart and trying to use logic. The swords are all about like our mental state. So I do think that you or whoever this is, however it resonates best, they're trying to use logic more so than emotions, and they're trying to block off their emotions by sticking with logic and not wanting to make a move. So definitely, you know, turn on your heart light, you know, because you're blocked off. You also have the Ace of Swords under that, clarifying this turn on your heart light card. So I do think that the Ace of Swords represents some sort of mental clarity or a new idea, new inspiration. So I do think that by turning on your heart light, you're going to have some sort of clarity that comes through either about yourself, this person, or this connection, or just something in general. But I do think that it's going to help make things clear for you. And ultimately, I mean, that's what we're all here for, right? We're looking for some sort of clarity. I mean, that's why you're probably, you know, watching tarot videos, trying to find some sort of clarity in here. So I do think that by opening yourself up, it's going to bring that in. You also have the Knight of Pentacles. Now, the Knight of Pentacles is the slowest moving knight in the deck. He does bring an offer of stability. It is something that has the potential to grow into something very long term. It's like a very committed, stable, prosperous type of energy. And even though it is a small offer, again, it does have potential to grow into something. So I do think that whatever, now again, getting back to him being the slowest moving knight, perhaps this connection, there's been some sort of hang up and it's been progressing very slowly, and it's making you have doubts about whether or not it's ever going to take off. But even though this is very slow, it does have stability to it, and it does have potential for longevity. So just keep that in mind. Clarifying, speak the language of love. You have the Seven of Cups. Seven of Cups represents confusion, indecision, lots of, you know, different choices and not knowing which one to go with. So I do think that, you know, again, with this for me represents indecision as well. I do feel like someone here is feeling very indecisive, not sure which way they should go, which direction they should go in, or if they should even go in any direction at all, or just call it quits. So that is clarifying that. You do also have the Justice. Now, the Justice represents the need to make a decision. So something needs to be decided here. And I do feel like it's mostly on your part. It could also be, all of this could be a reaction to something that your person is doing that's causing all of this doubt and hesitation and just a feeling of unease. So a decision is going to be made, though, to balance out the scales, to balance everything out. Something is going to be happening. Then you have the Hanged Man. Now, this is another card of inaction, but it's also a card of enlightenment, new perspective. So perhaps this decision is going to bring about a new perspective. This also could represent the need to make a sacrifice. You could have to sacrifice your vulnerability in order to open up. Or you might have to sacrifice something that you are holding on to in order to open up. Your person whoever this energy is that I tapped into was very, very talkative. The cards were just flying out. At one point I was like, okay, that's way too many cards. Okay, so I feel like these two cards are related, but these three cards came out all together. So they have simple acts of kindness. Kindness energizes you and brings happiness to those around you. Perhaps your person needs to be a little bit more kind. And then we also have love makes a difference. Love helps heal past hurts and provides a sense of security and self-worth. And since I think this next card is directly related to this one, I'm just going to go ahead and read it. Love who you are. You are divine, delightful, and deserving of the wonderful things life has to offer. With these two cards, Taurus, I'm really picking up on this self-worth over here is related to this. So I feel like someone was definitely questioning their self-worth in this connection, or just in general. And I feel like that has very much so impacted your connection or relationship. And we all know, we've been in this situation, or we know someone who has been in this situation where self-doubt and insecurity can really plague a relationship. It can start to play out in a very toxic way. So perhaps there has been some toxicity, especially for someone who isn't comfortable with voicing their insecurities or voicing, how they're feeling. They're not really tapped into that. And then it can play out in a way that's very unkind. So perhaps, this has been the case where someone has been reacting to whatever feeling they have going on inside, and it's making them be not very considerate and loving to the other person in this connection. But your person has the Knight of Cups. So I do think that there is going to be an offer of love, or at least an offer of opening up emotionally. If it's not some sort of love offer, but, just kind of communicating, getting on the same page, checking in. Hey, where are we at? With, are you feeling this? Are we, But it might very well be an offer of love, because after that you have the Ace of Cups, which is a new beginning, a new emotional beginning. It is a very fulfilling, emotional, something that's very harmonizing. So this is exciting because it's a new beginning in this. So I feel like somebody is going to hit the reset button on this connection, and it's going to open up so much more and be so much more fulfilling. You also have the Six of Swords. This is moving on towards calmer waters, towards greener pastures. This is leaving something behind that is no longer suiting you or fulfilling you, in pursuit of something that is. So I do think that someone is moving past whatever this negativity is, and quickly moving towards, a more emotionally fulfilling connection with you. They have the Four of Swords. The Four of Swords is all about rest and recuperation. It's about recharging your batteries. And it's interesting because immediately after that, you have the Hermit, which are both cards about going inside and taking time for yourself. The Hermit is about introspection and going within to find this enlightenment. It's really kind of like a self-evaluation card. And in order to do that kind of self-evaluation, to kind of go inside and figure out who we are, almost rediscover ourselves, you have to take a break. You have to take a period of rest in order to do that, or else you are just opening yourself up to too many distractions, which won't help you gain that clarity and that insight. So perhaps your person has gone inside to kind of rediscover their self-worth and become more secure in who they are, and I think what it's going to do is make them realize that they have this Nine of Cups here, and it makes them want to go after their Nine of Cups. This is success and achievement and fulfillment. So I feel like someone is going to be moving towards this. They're leaving behind this past negative stuff that's been probably plaguing and hanging this connection up, or holding this connection up, to move towards this Nine of Cups, which is really, really beautiful, really inspiring. And perhaps their Nine of Cups, they see this new beginning with you as part of this Nine of Cups, Your situation, you have the Seven of Pentacles. This is a reward, profit. This is watching your hard work come to fruition, watching the seeds that you planted blossom. So perhaps this is just kind of like you're in a waiting period of waiting to see where this is going to go, waiting to see if it's going to grow, if it's going to progress. But I do think that it will. What's crossing this situation? You have the Artist and the Lovers. Now the Artist in this deck is another major arcana card. The Artist is a vessel of creation. It is represents mankind being able to see the reality, see everything that they have the ability to create once they remove the distractions of our 3D. And I hope that makes sense. But the Artist really is a visionary, an interpreter. They're someone that's very passionate, and again, they represent creation. So I feel like with the Lovers here, someone is having to set aside these distractions and see that they have the ability to create this because it's here. It's almost like they have everything. They just need to go inside and see that, and be a visionary, see through the smoke and the mirrors to what this connection is. And this Lovers, this is like, this is soulmate. This is like a divine counterpart. This is complete harmony and balance between you and another individual. The fact that this is crossing the Seven of Pentacles, I feel like, how do I say this? I feel like someone has to, there's been a lot of hard work that's put into this, and someone has to just kind of take the blinders off and see clearly what they have here in order for it to come about, Your outcome, you have the Chariot and the Death card. So again, we have so much major arcana here. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 major arcana in this entire spread. It's a major transformation. The Chariot represents moving passionately towards something. It's forward movement. It is, finding a balance between the dark and the light and moving towards something. The Death card represents transformation and change. It's the end of a cycle that's not working anymore, so that something new can be birthed from it. So I do think that someone is very quickly moving towards transforming this connection, or transforming themselves so that they can cultivate this connection. They can nurture it to what it can be, which is the Lovers. It's really, really beautiful, Taurus. Your messages of advice. Holy moly, a fiery climax approaches. Yes, it does. I really do think that something is going to happen here. Someone's going to have this moment of clarity. They're going to make a decision, and it's all coming up to this climax here. And maybe some truth is going to be revealed, and that brings about some change. Maybe someone says, hey, I've had enough, this is it, da da da, and it lights a fire under someone else's behind to make this movement, to progress, to go forward and stop, staying stuck. You also have, what do you need to release? So yes, somebody needs to release something that is no longer serving them, no longer in alignment with whatever path they are on, so that they can be realigned. They can find what it is that they want. They can go after what they want. They need to release something that's holding them back, chaining them down. Expect powerful change. Yes, because there is indeed going to be so much change here. Again, there's a lot of major arcana here, which does represent big change. So, Taurus, just prepare yourself that this is coming. This is coming. Oh, it's actually really, really beautiful. Oh, Taurus. Oh. Okay, first I'm going to show you this. At the bottom of the deck on this one. Rest and relaxation is essential. We all have a fundamental need to take a break. So yes, and the fact that we have the Four of Swords and the Hermit here definitely reinforces the fact that someone has been taking a rest, or someone will be taking a rest. But it's crucial, and it might be frustrating, and it might be it might make you doubt if this is going anywhere, because this person is taking this period of rest, or maybe it's you or both of you, but it's crucial in order for this to progress further. And at the bottom of the deck here, we have the World. The World. So yes, a cycle. A cycle is ending and a new one is beginning. I mean, this could represent travel, but I just don't think that that's what the case is here. I do think that this represents cycles ending and a new one beginning. So that's just kind of clarifying that there is going to be some death to some sort of old habits, old cycles, old pattern of behaving and thinking that just are no longer serving you or your person or this connection. All right, Taurus, well, if that resonated, please show support, like, comment, subscribe, and I will see you in the next video. Take care.